Hello friends, today I want to show you how to create a Pulltab Slider LED card. This is how I want the mechanism to work, and now we will have a closer look on the planning, as I forgot a little bit to film how I put my copper tape together, so I decided I want to show you the way how I engineered this card. First, I laid down my images, how I want the card to look like. And at the right side, you can see this little critter. He will stay there, and she will be sliding from the left to the right side. This card panel I'm using is only paper. This is just typing paper, so I can sketch and plan everything. The circle on the left side is my battery. Now I'm drawing in my LED, and I will be now drawing in where the slider part will be, so I know later where to cut. So now you can see this little rectangle. This will be cut out so the little critter or she can be sliding from the left to the right side. Now I will connect my circuit, and I wanted to be very careful here because I didn't want to waste all that time and then the card won't work. By the way, I got this tutorial from Aiko. She is also on the Chibitronics design team, and she is the superstar of creating this interactive kind of LED cards, especially this Pulltab. And in case you are interested in more tutorials like this, please go over to the Chibitronics blog and watch her tutorials. She's really amazing, and she always liked to do like picture tutorials, so you can easily do it step by step. I'm drawing in also where the positive side and the negative side from everything will be, and now I'm already taping down my copper tape. I'm sorry I forgot to film the first part, but this is basically like a simple circuit I'm creating. The more complicated part will be coming later. Now I tape my LED down so I can check if my circuit is working or if I already have any problems here. I don't have. I cut down my rectangle. This will be the slider part, and I'm cutting down my hills. Now I'm creating my background. I'm using here faded jeans and broken china distress oxide ink, and I'm using here perfect pearl water mist to create some little stars on the background and to make the background a little bit more interesting. Now I'm drawing in the rectangle where I have to cut down the background also. I left this part, now you can see it. I'm just using here a crafting knife and my T-square ruler, and I'm cutting it a little bit bigger than my front because I don't want to see any blue background on this cut out rectangle. And I'm now taping everything together. Now back to the circuit. Now you have to cut out this little rectangle also. I know it's really crazy because you created the circuit and then you destroy it. But you want to disconnect your circuit because otherwise it will shine all day long. Now you can see there's nothing to see from the circuit panel. Everything is hidden, and this is how it will look like. I'm checking, and now I can start to tape my little critter down. I wanted to be sure that everything is really on its place because first of all I tried to be more planned for you for the video, but I always like to, I have an idea and then I like to start. But second, it was a little bit more complicated like normally, and I wanted to be sure that everything was working. Now, this little strip of paper will be my pull tab later, and this will be also the switch. And as this paper is a little bit thick, it's Nina Solo white paper, but not the 110, it's the 80 pound. And I'm just taping for the rest a little bit of this Nina paper also behind my circuit panel, but not there where I want my pull tab to be. This is so that you can slide better because everything is on the same height. And I also thought I would need like a little channel where the pull tab would slide in. And this part I'm taping down now, you don't need it because you tape with foam tape your critter on this pull tab on the back side, on the front side. But I thought I would need it and taped it down, but later I cut it off because I didn't need it and you would see it on the card. Now you take a little strip of paper. This is about 1/4 of an inch, it's a 1/2 centimeter or so, and you bend it forward and backward like this shape. Each of this little arm is about 1 centimeter long, and you put, after being finished, copper tape on top, and then you come out with like a star shape or X shape or plus shape. It's equal how you want to call it. This is the switch later. Now I'm trying everything out, and this is how it will be taped down. Now you can see it worked, but it isn't working at the moment because there isn't any pressure on the circuit, on this piece copper tape to copper tape. And now I can see that you will see this little stopper I thought I would need. I'm just cutting it off again. So when you are planning the card, you don't need it. You can totally skip this part. And now I'm taping 2 layers of foam tape on the hidden space of this little star shape, and 3 layers of foam tape in the middle where the critter will be, so that the slider can move easily. Now you can see I'm all the time checking if it's working. Yes, it is. It has enough pressure. And now I can start taping everything together. I like to use here my Scotch tape glider because I like to use dried glue on things like this. And still checking if it's working, or each time I'm checking if it's working, and yes, it is. I was really happy at this point because I knew it would work. Now I taped a little bit, I didn't tape straight, so I'm just cutting off the little edges, and I'm using from Heffy Doodles the Pull Me stamp to stamp on top of my pull tab, so the recipient would know what he or she has to do, and I rounded the edges. Now I used here on the back side of my card panel 2 layers of foam tape, and I used my liquid glue just because I knew I would have to move this panel a little bit, and if I didn't use liquid glue I wouldn't be able to move. But now I taped everything perfectly on its place, but I wanted this little moi sentiment to be on the right place and to go with her. So I'm using a little piece of acetate to tape this little sentiment. I hope it makes sense what I want to tell you. Now I totally forgot, as always, to stamp my sentiment, and now you can see how I placed down my sentiment on my acrylic block so I would be able to stamp. And now my card is all finished, so if the recipient pulls, he can read the sentiment, and also the sentiment is shining. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial for today. And here are some more projects I made using Chibitronics and other stamp companies. So in case you are interested, please press on them and you can watch them. And until the next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!